Reno Crime, please.
And now, members of the Eno Crime Club, we invite you once more to accompany Spencer Dean, the manhunter, on the thrilling adventure, The 32 Caliber Kit. All the clues necessary to a solution of this mystery drama by Stuart Sterling are given in tonight's episode. See if you can follow the threads of evidence leading to the criminal as Spencer Dean picks them up. The trail tonight leads us to the famous Mountain Sporting Club of fashionable Lake Placid.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Beautiful.
See the shadows of those pine trees in the moonlight. And that group of skaters on the lake, like dancing marionettes.
I wasn't thinking of the skaters or the moonlight.
And I wasn't fishing for compliments, Gene.
I know you weren't. But when it comes to moonlight...
It's getting you, Gene. I could have brought you out here under the moonlight before.
You should have brought me. I've been trying to get you out here ever since dinner.
And now that you have me here?
Well, it's something I'd like to tell you.
Now, Gene, don't be mysterious. I'm not so wrapped up in the beauties of Lake Placid that I'm not anxious to hear it.
It's nothing very startling. You've heard it before.
I like to hear it. Tell me again.
With the greatest of pleasure.
Gene? Gene Lloyd.
Hang it all, that's Cartwright calling.
Better go and see what he wants here.
But I was just beginning to tell you.
You have plenty of time to tell me, Gene.
And you?
I'll always be ready to listen.
I'll be back in just a minute. Oh, Gene. Oh, hello, Bruce. What is it? I'd like to see you a minute before we go over to the bobsled run. Surely. Let's wait on the veranda here. The girls will be here in a few minutes. That's what I want to talk to you about. The girls? Not the girls. Just one of them. My girl. Eunice? What? What's on your mind, old man? Plenty, Molly. What are you doing over at the ski jump this afternoon? Talking to Eunice? Well, get this, Molly. Eunice and I will be married day after tomorrow. And I don't fancy her running around with you, either before or after the wedding. Aren't you a little touchy? Maybe I am. That's my business, Molly. Yes? Well, it's my business. If I feel like talking to her, you know what I mean. You knew Eunice before I did. Yes? You were fond of her. You proposed to her. Yes? She turned you down. Turned you down cold. Bruce, you're carrying this too far. I warned you. So you thought you'd try and marry into the Wren for $1 million. By way of her sister Harriet. You're a liar. Why, you... Get up. Stand on your feet and I'll give you some more, you dirty.
What's happened?
Nothing, Harriet. We're just fooling.
It doesn't look like fooling to me. Bruce, are you hurt?
No, I'm all right.
You've been fighting.
Oh, no. We weren't fighting. Were we, Bruce? No. I'm just scuffing, Harriet. I slipped and fell, that's all. Where's Eunice?
She'll be along in a minute.
I think I'll see if I can find her.
All right, Bruce. Gene, what happened? What's wrong, dear?
Nothing.
You're angry about something?
Well, I'm not angry with you anyway.
Hello, darling. Ready for the bobsled party?
All set, Eunice?
Good.
I'll tell you what. Let's take the big dive.
But we don't take the big dive until day after tomorrow, honey. There's not as much risk in getting married as there is in this bobsled run. I'm scared to death. Aren't you, Gene?
Well, there's nothing to be afraid of. It's a thrill, but safe enough.
Bobsledding in the moonlight. Oh, that's my idea of sport. Come on, Paul. Somehow I'm still afraid. I have a terrible feeling.
Oh, don't be silly, Harriet. I've driven over this run a dozen times. It's about as exciting as a subway ride, only a little faster.
Well, I bought this winter sports costume especially for bobsledding, and I'm going to use it if I die for it.
It's a very cute outfit, Eunice.
Thank you.
You won't need that muff. You'll need both hands to hang on.
Oh, I can hang on to you all right, big darling, with or without a muff.
I'll say you can. Come on, let's get moving.
I wish I didn't have this dreadful feeling that something awful was going to happen.
Well, I tell you, there's nothing to be afraid of, Harriet. It's like your first trip in an airplane.
Great sport, eh, Denny? Boy, that's speed for you. Say, what are these bobsleds hit, Bruce?
Oh, about 75 miles an hour on the straightaway. They slow up at the turns, of course.
I am sure glad I came up with you, Spence. You know, I'd heard a lot about lakes last century.
I thought you'd like it. Let's watch you at the curve for a minute, then go up and take a shot at it yourself, huh?
Well, I'll hang on, Spence. You handle that steering wheel. Say, that one skidded right up here to the top of the bank.
He was taking it wide, that's all. That's a little extra kick for the girls. Well, it'll be a kick for me, too, all right.
What happens if you go over one of these banks?
Well, you spill, that's all.
Oh, yeah?
Wouldn't that be lovely?
Say, what? What's this one, Tom? Look at that driver. He looks as if he were asleep. I say, he's only got one hand on the wheel. They're coming high up the bank. Watch out. They're coming over. They're over. That was a bad smash. Come on, Daddy. They need help. Say, look at that girl, French. The one against the tree. She's hurt. Luckily, she's still alive. Are you all right, miss? Hey, she's faint. Rub some snow on her face, Daddy. That'll bring her to. I'll go look after the others. What's happened? Well, you took a bad spill, that's all. You hurt anyone? No. I'm all right, I guess. How about the girls? Give me a hand, will you? Help me drag her out of the pit. All right. Grab her feet, will you? Good Lord. She's Eunice. Easy in. She was thrown against the stump there. She's hurt. She's bleeding. I don't think it's any more than a scratch. She's all right. She's opening her eyes.
What is this?
You hit a tree, young lady. You're very lucky.
Can you stand up, Eunice?
I'm just a little shaky.
Yes, of course. Here, let me help you. Fine. Don't think there are any broken bones.
No. I'm all right.
Where's Harriet? Back up the hill. My friend's with her.
Oh,
Steady now, young lady. Steady.
never mind me, please. I'm just dizzy. Oh. Where's Ruth?
Oh, there he is, against that rock. Come on, let's see if he can.
Oh.
Must be by the looks of him.
Oh, Ruth.
Careful. He's unconscious. He's pretty badly hurt. Cut his head on that rock. See? The snow's all bloody. Yes, but why? Couldn't have bled so much.
Ruth. Oh, Ruth.
Careful, Eunice.
Ruth, darling.
Take care for a minute, will you? Keep it away. Easy now, Eunice. Easy. You can't do anything.
Ruth, don't let me go, Jean. Let me go.
Steady, Eunice. Hysterics won't help us any now. There. help me lift her up, will you?
Please, you.
Kissing him won't bring him back to life, young lady. Yes.
Oh, no. No. Oh, we can't be. Oh, we'll be married. We can't be dead. Oh,
You
Bruce.
only see it.
Oh, Bruce,
Get a grip on
darling,
yourself. You're sure nothing can be done for him?
I'm sure of more than that.
What do you mean?
What do you think killed him?
His head on that rock.
He was dead before he ever took the rock.
I don't understand.
Look here on his sweater here. Under the shoulder blood.
Blood?
More than blood. Let's give it full of time.
He was shot?
Yes. Murdered.
Hold that door now. I'm the sheriff of this county, and I'm hand of this case. This may be your clubhouse, but I'm using it for this investigation, and I won't have folks butting in. Keep that door closed.
Back so soon, Sheriff? Well, what'd you find?
Well, this case has got me plumb flabbergasted, gentlemen. Now, here's one of the richest young men in the state, up here at Lake Placid for a vacation with a girl he intended to marry.
Yeah, they were going to be married tomorrow. What do you think of that for a tough break? Hold on, Danny. Let the sheriff do the talking.
Yeah. Well, then he runs a bobsled off the edge of a deep curve, nearly breaks the necks of his three passengers, and when we pick him up, we find he's been killed by a .32 caliber bullet.
Find anything in the way of footprints near the bobsled run?
And that's what's burning me up. The only footprints found in 100 yards on either side of the run. Well, sounds queer, but,
Yes. Well, these footprints were they?
those made by you, Mr. Dean, and Mr. Cassidy.
Well, are we suspected of the murder, Sheriff?
Oh, no. Your reputation's there as you're from anything of that sort, Mr. Dean, and you too, Mr. Cassidy.
But I don't get it. Now, if there were no footprints on either side of the bobsled run, how could anyone have come near enough to Cartwright to kill him?
And that's one of the things that I don't understand.
Well, I think I can explain that. But there are several other things I'm not quite clear about. You mean what happened to the gun? For one thing, yes. Now, your men made a thorough search, Sheriff?
Yes, sir. And absolutely no trace of the gun.
I thought there wouldn't be. The curious fact that does puzzle me the most is... What? Now, Danny, do you remember how Cartwright looked when we first saw him coming down the straightaway?
Well, I didn't know. I don't remember noticing.
Exactly. You couldn't remember. We couldn't see his face. And one of his hands dropped from the steering wheel.
That's right. His head was bent very low, almost as if he were asleep. Oh, you're wasting time, gentlemen. Now, what difference does it make how he looked before the accident? Couldn't have been asleep, so why worry about that? What we want to know is who killed him after the bobsled jumped the bank.
I don't think anyone did, Sheriff.
You don't think, what?
How's that, Spence? I don't think anyone killed him after the bobsled jumped the bank. I think he'd been dead for several seconds by that time.
You mean he was dead while he was driving the bobsled?
Yes.
That's a crazy idea. Why, the sled would have jumped the chute.
No, not necessarily. You realize that runs the bank so carefully that a properly weighted bobsled will follow every curve from start to finish without a driver and still stay in the chute?
That's right. I heard you talk about that. My Lord, I know. He'd been killed sometime before we caught sight of him.
Precisely. He might have been killed a half mile above the curve where this could occur.
Just imagine that. Dead man driving one of them bobsleds 70 miles an hour with 3 people right behind him.
Yes, and don't forget, his sweetheart was holding on to him tightly, so he wouldn't have slumped over. She probably wouldn't have noticed anything.
Hey, George, let's get these people in here and see what they've got to say. But who do we start?
I'd like to ask Miss Harriet a question or two. Suppose we have our info.
Good idea. I'll fetch her.
And Miss Harriet.
Did you send for me, Sheriff?
Take a seat, young lady. There are some questions we'd like to ask you.
I'll tell you anything I can.
Go ahead, Mr. Dean.
Were you and the dead man on the best of terms, Miss Renfield?
I can't honestly say we were.
What's that?
You resented his attentions to your sister?
Not exactly that. Bruce Cartwright was wealthy ne'er-do-well, that's all.
Well, did you ever have any quarrels with him?
No, but somehow we didn't exactly agree.
Yes, perhaps you thought Mr. Cartwright was not the sort of man your sister should marry.
As a matter of fact, I didn't think it was a good match.
Okay. Did you ever speak to Mr. Cartwright about it?
Many times.
And to your sister, Eunice?
Just once.
I dare say she didn't take it kindly.
You may suppose anything you please. Eunice can speak for herself.
Now, if Mr. Cartwright had married your sister, he would have, well, he'd have had control of a good share of the Renfrew fortune, would he not?
I suppose so. That wouldn't have made any difference.
You don't seem to feel very badly about this affair.
I do, though. For Eunice's sake.
But insofar as you yourself are concerned, you're not sorry to have him, well, out of the picture.
No, I'm not. I know a little about Bruce Cartwright's past, and I didn't want my sister to have anything to do with his sister. I never liked him when he was alive, and I'm not going to say anything good about him now that he's dead.
You realize that you're putting yourself somewhat under suspicion?
Suspicion? You mean you think I killed Bruce?
Certainly your attitude might indicate a motive.
Oh, that's too awful. Oh, horrible. No, you can't do that. You can't do it. You
I think we better try another tack, don't you, Mr. Dean?
Yeah, she's rather upset. Let's have Eunice in.
Eunice Renfrew.
Not going to keep me very long.
Just a few questions, Miss Renfrew. I know you're feeling very much upset.
I really wish I would stay inside.
Now, there. No tears now, miss. We'll get this over just as soon as possible. Sit down, miss.
What is it you want to know?
Well, in the first place, supposing you ask the question, Mr. Dean, you're more used to this murder business than I am.
Miss Renfrew, did Mr. Cartwright have any enemies who might have threatened his life?
None that I know.
He came up from New York with you and your sister?
So poor of it. Mr. Moist, you remember?
You were engaged to Mr. Cartwright?
Yes. I'm going to be married tomorrow.
Yes, I know. Now, how long have you known Mr. Cartwright?
For many years.
Did anyone object to your marriage? Any of your relatives or friends?
Yes. Well, I have to answer that question.
No. This is not a court, Miss Renfrew. But I think you'd be very well advised if you were quite frank with us. Now, there was someone who, let's say, didn't like the idea of your marriage?
No.
Someone in the family? Our former admirer, possibly? Now, surely you want to help us find your fiancé's murderer, Miss Renfrew?
Oh, you wouldn't.
You mean Mr. Morris?
Oh, no. No, I'm sure it wasn't.
Where were you sitting on the bobsled, Miss Renfrew?
Who's the driving? I sat behind him. Harriet was next.
Just 4 of them.
There was no intimation of any trouble before we started on this bobsled ride?
No, none whatever.
I see. And each time you came to a curve, I presume you were on holiday?
Oh, yes. Of course. It was very exciting.
Now, about 100 yards above the curve where the bobsled went over the bank, there's another curve.
Yes.
Do you remember hearing Mr. Cartwright shout as you rounded that curve?
Oh, yes, he called us over his shoulder.
What did he say?
Something like, we must be making good standing now.
And then he was surely alive when the bobsled first came into view, Dan.
You mean he was killed while we were watching him steer the sled down that slope?
Exactly.
Yeah, but I tell you, my boys couldn't find any footprints within 100 yards to shoot on either side anywhere near there. And a .32 caliber bullet. That means a revolver or an automatic. It couldn't have been a rifle, then.
Right, Dan. That limits the possible suspects to,
I'd say, to the 3 who was riding on the bobsled.
it looks that way. Now, Miss Renfrew, hello, thank you.
Hey, wait a minute, I'll get some water. I guess we better not question her anymore now, gentlemen. No. I'll carry her into the next room.
There's the top there. We can put her on back.
This case gets more balled up every minute. Well, what do we do now?
I'd like to ask Mr. Gene Morris a few questions. Let's have him in.
Bring in Mr. Morris.
Look here, gentlemen. I think this is an outrage.
Murder and outrage? I'm afraid it's much more serious than that, Mr. Morris.
Have a chair, Mr. Morris.
Mr. Morris, you were a good friend of the dead man.
Well, yes. Quite good friend.
Known each other for some time. Several years. Never had any quarrels, any arguments, anything of that sort?
See here. I don't quite understand what you're driving at.
It ain't necessary that you understand, Mr. Morris. We'll ask him a question. You just attend to the answers.
Well, all right. Am I under arrest?
Yes. Nobody's under arrest. Yes.
But everybody's under suspicion, Mr. Morris.
Well, if you imagine that I killed Bruce, you're very
We're
much...
not imagining anything, Mr. Morris. We're merely trying to get down to facts. Now, did you ever quarrel with Bruce Cartwright?
Yes. In fact, we had a little disagreement last night.
Oh, really? What about?
Oh, they're stupid.
Well, suppose you tell us matter of fact.
Well, he was absurdly jealous. Just because Eunice and I were out for a walk yesterday morning, he thought I was...
You're engaged to Miss Harriet Renfrew, aren't you?
Practically.
Why did Mr. Cartwright object to your seeing your fiancée's sister?
Well, you see, I knew Eunice pretty well even before I became friendly with Harriet.
No, that puts a different light onto the matter.
I don't see that it does.
You had words about the matter with Mr. Cartwright?
Yes.
Nothing more than words?
I believe I struck him.
You believe you struck him? Well, did you?
Oh, I knocked him down. I'm glad I did. I'll do it again under the same circumstances.
By the way, have you a gun, Mr. Morris?
Yes, of course.
What type of gun?
Automatic.
What caliber?
32.
Bring it up here with you?
Yes.
Where's it now?
Suitcase, I suppose. I haven't looked.
Fired it recently?
No, not for months. But I always keep it with me. I have a permit for it, naturally.
Yes, of course, naturally. Sheriff, I wonder if you'd be good enough to get that gun from Mr. Morris' suitcase. I'd rather like to have a look at it.
Wait a minute. You don't think I killed Cartwright, do you? I may have knocked him down, but I certainly didn't kill him. Murder isn't in my line.
We're not accusing, Mr. Morris. We're merely investigating. You'll get the gun, please, Sheriff.
But I will.
Now, Mr. Morris, this case simmers down to this. Bruce Cartwright was shot. He was killed with a .32 caliber bullet. And all the evidence seems to indicate that he was shot by someone on the bobsled.
What that means is... Why, how the
That leaves just 3 of you. Eunice, her sister Harriet, and
me.
There are certainly some points concerning your connection with the case that require clearing up.
For instance?
Why was Cartwright jealous of your attention to Eunice?
I told you. Eunice and I were pretty thick at one time.
Well, why did you suddenly shift your attention from Eunice to our elder sister?
Well, that's a personal matter, and I prefer not to discuss it.
It's entirely up to you. Possibly you'd rather discuss it in court.
I won't discuss it in court or anywhere else.
That gun ain't in your suitcase at all, Mr. Morris.
Oh, it must be.
Well, take it. It's furthermore, I searched the room, and it's nowhere in the room.
Well, I left it there.
When did you say it last?
Last night, before the...
Murder?
Yes.
Who else knew you had the gun?
No one that I know of. Look here. If you're trying to pin this thing on me...
You're trying to pin it on the one who did the killing.
Well, I'm not going to do any more talking.
You mean you refuse to answer any more questions?
That's exactly what I mean. I want to talk to my lawyer before I answer any more questions.
Well, that's quite all right, Mr. Morris. Suppose you go and call him up. You won't mind having one of Sheriff Cook's deputies with you, I'm sure.
Of course not. Don't worry. I shan't run away.
I'm quite sure you won't. All right, Sheriff. If Mr. Morris doesn't want to assist us anymore, suppose we talk to Miss Harriet Renfrew again.
Okay.
Stick with Mr. Morris while he makes the phone call, will you? Thanks. Oh, and say, boys, ask Miss Harriet Renfrew to step in, will you? Hey, Sheriff, what is it? He's gone. What do you mean? He's not here. He's disappeared.
Disappeared? That certainly complicates matters.
I'll say it does. I can't make any sense out of this case anyway.
Well, gentlemen, that's a fine how to do.
Find her very fast, Sheriff.
You bet I will. I'll have the boys right after us.
Danny, the thing looks bad.
Yeah. Oh, what do you want me to do?
Wait a minute. Let me think. I got it. Danny, you go up to Harriet's room and stay there. Don't let anybody in. What's that scream? Who's that? Come on, it came from the next room. Eunice.
She's shot.
What? There's no one here. Window, Danny. Look out the window. Miss Renfrew, you hurt.
On my shoulder. Oh, I never thought to be.
There's nobody in sight, Spence.
What's the trouble? Who screamed?
Miss Renfrew has been shot.
Oh, it hurt terribly.
2 shots. Yes, 2, both on the left shoulder.
Did you say who it was, miss?
It was a woman.
Did you recognize her?
Oh, no. She was outside in the dark. She put the gun through that window.
Hey, there's a million footprints out here, Spence. Anyone could have reached the window from the ground easily enough. Did you see the gun clearly?
Yes. One was something bright thing.
Automatic. We heard no sound but a shot.
Oh, there's a long tube in the barrel.
Silencer, eh, miss?
Yes, sir. Oh, maybe a little flop. Oh,
Now, quiet. You'll be all right, my dear. Call the doctor, Sheriff.
I'll have him here in a minute.
Dan, we've got to change our tactics. Now, you stay with Eunice. Don't let her out of your sight, you understand?
Sure. I get you, Spence. Keep an eye on her.
Oh, keep both eyes on her. And watch out for yourself, Danny. Whoever shot her might try for you.
Don't worry, Spence. I won't let anybody get near her.
Or near you, Dan. We're getting too close to this murderer for comfort.
Yeah. Too close for the murderer's comfort.
For ours, I meant.